As a proud and long-standing member of the LeBron Stan Club, I saw something the other day that completely broke my heart. And it came right from the king himself. A statement about the day that we all knew was coming, but desperately hoping that it never would.
How long do you think you could be playing at this level if you chose to?
Well, it's not me. Obviously, it's the mind. It's wherever my mind is how the rest of my body is gonna go. Whatever the case may be, I'm not gonna play that much longer. To be completely honest, I don't know how many years that it is. If it's 1 year or 2 years or whatever the case may be, but I'm not. I said the other night, I'm not playing till the wheels fall off. I'm not gonna be that guy.
We've got about 2 more seasons to watch LeBron James play basketball before he finally hangs it up, and the show that we have spent the last 2 decades enjoying comes to an end. But what if it didn't? Instead of retiring as a great, productive, impactful, coherent basketball player, what if LeBron just played until the wheels fell off? What if he played until he wasn't good enough to play anymore? The point where he serves no value to any team in the NBA and he's hypothetically forced to retire as an unsigned free agent. Well, if you ask me, that's an easy one. The answer is never. My king's presence alone is worth 10 men. But if we were to not look at this through the lens of a concerningly obsessive fan, how long could LeBron truly play before he simply wasn't good enough to be in the NBA? The athlete is eventually defeated by Father Time. It doesn't matter how good you are, doesn't matter how long you can stave it off, it inevitably catches up to everyone. Except for LeBron James. In year 22, LeBron continues to completely piss on every expectation and timeline set out for him and his career, now approaching 40 years old and still one of the best players on the planet. There are grown, adult fans of the NBA who have never known a day without LeBron in the league. Matter of fact, there are NBA players who have yet to witness a season without LeBron James, including the one he literally created. Now, LeBron's perpetual reign is no secret. It continues to baffle most fans on a daily basis. And this got me thinking, how long could LeBron actually play before he's no longer at least a serviceable NBA player? The point where he's no longer good enough to even have a spot in the league. 6, 7 more years? Maybe until he's 50. I'm sure that number sounds like a stretch. After all, the oldest player in modern NBA history just barely hobbled his way to being a 44-year-old active NBA player. And LeBron has already been the oldest player in the NBA for a couple seasons now. But LeBron's refusal to play his age has gone on for so long now that at this point, it would be shocking if he did get worse. Here are 3 players and their numbers from this season. All really good, productive players. And I want you to guess who each of these players are. Now, statistically, they're all relatively close, but they shouldn't be, because player A is early MVP candidate prime Jason Tatum, player B is Luka Doncic, and player C is 40-year-old LeBron James. And this is why people believe LeBron could play for as long as he wants. Because when you're in year 22 playing like 2 young megastars, the bounds of your capabilities long-term appear to be virtually limitless. Although LeBron has now suggested on multiple occasions that his retirement is looming closer by the day, how long would it actually take until LeBron is no longer an NBA caliber player? Well, first we need to know what not good enough is. What does a replacement level player on the verge of a Turkish league contract look like? No, not like statistically, what does it look like? According to Basketball Reference, a player with a box plus minus of 10 or more is an all-time great season. A BPM of 8 or more is an MVP caliber season. 6 or more is about all NBA. Keep going down, and a BPM of -2 is where we'll find the end of the bench players. But even this number is still far too high. This season, players like Jaylen Brown, Jamal Murray, and Jaime Jaquez have a BPM of less than -2. We want to see this man play until he's no longer invited back. If we keep going down the leaderboard, it's not until about -4 where we reach the bottom 15% of the NBA. Now, these spots essentially make up the last couple of players at the end of the bench.